Um, so I don't know what's happening. It's so weird, dude. It keeps disconnecting from the internet, but the internet works fine. Like I haven't disconnected once from Final Fantasy. It's very strange. I don't understand. This has never happened before. Maybe I need to. You know what? I'll restart the computer before next stream and see if that fixes anything. Because this is, I don't know what's going on. Very annoying. Close mix it up again, because every time it doesn't work. I just don't know what happened. Today is just not my day, I fear. Truly not. I guess we'll keep going. If the internet crashes again, just know that's why. That's why the stream off. So frustrating, but I don't know what's like. It's not. I don't think it's an internet problem. I think it's a me problem, because the internet is working on everything else, unless it's booting me off. But that's never happened. I want to do some more investigative search. All right, are we in 2.5 yet? Seventh astral era. Nope. Almost. 2 more quests. And then we'll be there. To Thanalan. Yay. Huzzah. I love going to the same 3 places over and over again. It's my favorite thing. I love it. Yeah. Big fan of it. So fun. Who's vaping? Because apparently after this, the quests are gonna start like they're gonna start revving up in level again. It's weird because it's been 50 for so long. Thing is to die. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I'm out here dying. Wait, did I fail? Oh. I think I was supposed to defend someone. Oops. I didn't realize. My ass. His ass was not paying attention. Bum, bum, ba-da-da, bum, bum, wow, 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 wow. I'm so traumatized, dude. This internet is shitting my butthole. I don't know what I meant by that. This internet sucks. Or it's me. Then I suck. You know what? I truly believe that every piece of technology that I touch is cursed tenfold. Because stuff will just like break and I won't even understand why. Although I did manage to fix, I've been having like this crackling sound in my AirPods. It's been driving me crazy. Turns out, all I had to do was turn off the noise cancellation. Which doesn't even really work anymore anyway. Oh, I gotta, hold on. Who do I need to defend? I don't even know. Ilbird? Probably Ilbird. Ilbird. Okay, well don't die. Don't die now. Is he getting healed? Stop that. Wait, no, it's you. Aquilifier. You die. Okay. If you gotta take a step out, just do it, man. It's okay. I can't heal you though. So like, just step out. Please. You're gonna die. Wait, move, doofus. Oh my god. You're gonna die. Can someone heal? Can someone please heal? Our comrade is dying. And he's too stupid to move out of the way. So he's going to keep dying. Oh my god. He's getting closer. Please, we need someone to heal. Is there no healer at all? And why is this bitch not dying? Please heal him. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, well we did it. Whatever. That was a nightmare that I never want to relive.
I've heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Roban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
He seems evil.
Let us cling together.
Back to more donuts. The seventh heaven.
Welcome back, my friend.
Oops. Welcome back, man.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answers to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or Monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
Okay, white boy.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monetarist scum! Your crimes will not go unpunished! One day I will purge this land of your sickness! Before the eyes of the 12, I swear it!
Okay.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartana
I didn't
reclamation,
even know you were here.
Deleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the Monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the Monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The Monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Rauban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Rauban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Damn. What's this? What am I supposed to do with this? The Bowl of Embers, the Navel, and the Howling Eye? Huh? What do I do with this? Oh boy. Okay, well apparently I have... I have that one. The Howling Eye. Hard. Don't have that one. Navel. Okay, so I don't have either of the hard ones for those. So for those I need to do for Garuda. For Garuda. Girl, I don't got that. Awakening? What? What the fuck? In for Garuda Awakening. Should be in the Waking Sands. Okay. The Woke Sands. Why are they making me do shit? Oh, annoying. It's fine. I fear the Nintendo charm has worn off on me, and I'm back to being disappointed in Nintendo. $450 is crazy, I'm not gonna lie, for the Switch. And then they're saying that the games are gonna be like $80. Like what? And then also the craziest thing to me is the fact that the some of the game cartridges aren't even gonna be like physical. They're like
they're downloaded. They're just like downloads. Like, hello? Which they're charging like $10 extra for the physical copy. What is that about? Charging extra money for a physical copy. Go freak yourself, dude. Go freak yourself. Yeah, I'll say it. Oh, more of this. More of this. I'm just like, maybe I'll get the Switch 2 in like a year. I don't know. I'll probably get it sometime this year, but I don't know. And then everybody's like, I feel like there's so many people coping so hard. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's hard being a Nintendo fan that is also like extremely critical of Nintendo, because every time you've got like the people who are super anti-Nintendo and super pro Nintendo, and both of those people hate somebody like me, the Nintendo centrist, the enlightened Nintendo centrist, because I'm like, I enjoy Nintendo games. I love Nintendo as like a game maker. But also some of the shit that they've been doing these past few years has just been absolutely horrendous. And it's like, it's just crazy. Like, I can't even sugarcoat how horrible some of the shit that they've done has been. And obviously I know, like, okay, here's the thing, right? I think there is nuance to it. Obviously, PlayStation 5, like when it first came out was like $500 or something. So like, I don't think it's completely insane, but at the same time, it's like, Nintendo, I thought like the Switch was like, it felt like, you know, like a little bit more affordable as opposed to its competitors. I don't think it's like fully Nintendo to blame. But I do think like the game cartridge thing is insane. The fact that like physical copies of games could potentially cost $90. No. Like that's unacceptable. I mean, $60 is already a lot for a game. Like, that was a crazy. When that first started, I was like, damn, dude. Really breaking my bank. Especially because, like, the thing is, for me, that's like a huge commitment, right? Is like dropping 60 buckaroos on a game means like you really trust in it. You know what I mean? Like you really want it to be good, because If not, you've just wasted, you know, a bunch of money. And that's not good. But $80, $90 is insane. Genuinely. And you don't even get to, you potentially don't even get to own it, theoretically. You just get a copy of it. What happens if Nintendo decides, oh, we're shutting down our servers? You just don't get to play the game anymore? Like, it's crazy. Absolutely insane. Like, I'm excited, but I'm also just like, I saw a tweet that was saying like, vote with your wallet just like doesn't work with Nintendo, because people will buy whatever Nintendo drops, you know. Nintendo could shit in a cup and sell it for $50 and people would be like, yes, this is what I wanted. And somebody will be like, really? That seems a little terrible. That they're shitting in a cup and selling it for $50, and then the Nintendo fan will be like, you're obviously delusional. This is really good and people worked really hard on it. And it's like, it's not to say that people aren't working hard on it, but like, at the end of the day, it's like, were they working $80 worth on it? Because I would say in almost all cases, the answer is no. At least for me, that's the answer. There are my thing is, or when they went on Twitter and asked people what their favorite Nintendo game music was, and people just linked to the YouTube copyright strike. I remember that, yeah. Which was then, and then eventually they made like an app so you could listen to Nintendo music. It's like, what? Why are you doing this? Like, just release it on Spotify, Apple Music, like every other company does. So weird. In fact, I don't even think like you're making money from that. Like, they're just doing it to be foolish at that point. It literally makes no sense. And I say this as somebody who loves Nintendo, you know? Like, I genuinely, I've spent my best years playing Nintendo games. And I still do. I mean, obviously, like, I'm in my PlayStation era right now, but I will always be a Nintendo boy. It's just very hard when it feels like the company that you've grown up with fucking hates you as a consumer. Because it does. It feels like it's just like, hand us your money, you little peasant bitch. And it sucks because there's a lot of games that I've wanted to play, like, that they've released, that I just like, I can't, because the shit's so expensive. Games are so expensive now. That's why I play a lot more indie stuff and a lot more of like free to play stuff, because it's just like it breaks your bank, dude. Video gaming is an expensive hobby. Now I know this is the other thing is bitches will always be like, oh, well, you should have been around in the 90s. It's like, first of all, bitch, I was born in 98. All right, I was born in the 90s, but I get your point. Um my understanding is that video games were super expensive in the 90s, but this is not the 90s. This is the 20s. The roaring 20s. We're living in a different time. Them pushing stuff to $70 was a huge L, yeah. 60 was already it's too much. I remember when 3DS games were like $40, and that felt okay. That felt fine. I get that inflation is a thing, but this is not inflation. This is just greed. They were expensive, but the amount of units they're selling now is like 10,000 times. Yeah. It is. And also there's online. Now you can buy shit online. But now it doesn't matter, because now you're just like, I don't know. Like, for me, this is how I would see it. Like, video games would be $50 at this point, and that would be pushing it a little bit, but like it would be understandable because of inflation. But $80? What are we doing? Everything's getting so expensive, dude. $80 is like 2 cartons of eggs at this point. I'm just playing. Am I though? So then, like, several orders of magnitude more units to offset the development costs. Well, if they weren't also tacking on $50 DLCs and microtransactions on top of that shit, not true. Oh my god, I'm so over DLC. And you know what else I'm over? I'm so over them, like, holding parts of the game and then releasing, like, quote-unquote free DLC. It's like, no, this isn't DLC. You just reserved 10% of the game to release at a later date. Stop doing that. No one enjoys that. It's so, like, I hate it because it's like, because, like, you know, it is, like, on one hand, it's exciting to, like, get it, to, like, see that they're, like, still working on the game, even though realistically they're probably not. They're just holding it out. But, like, for me, it's like, most times they do that, I've already lost interest, you know? So it's like, I would rather you just spend your time doing something else. Like, I just put the full game out. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants to play the epilogue. Like, we don't care. we do not care. Who knew No Man's Sky would be one of the only games actually adding value to the game to justify the cost? Yeah, for real. Wasn't Cyberpunk kind of like that too, though? Cyberpunk kind of had the same vibe. I don't know if it was like as critically unacclaimed. Whoa. I think Cyberpunk is still missing a lot of features, and the performance is better, but not incredible. But it is a lot better from what I've heard. I'm excited to play it at some point. It's on my list. I think I have it. I think I have it on PlayStation. You know, now that I have a quiet PS4, there's so many things I can play now. It's really a matter of what's gonna be the first series that I am done with out of all these long ass series that I've started. Definitely not Final Fantasy 14. Definitely not Persona. Maybe Ace Attorney. Maybe GTA. I might take a break from certain games just to like leave room for others. I don't know. I don't know. I need to do more one-offs. It's just like, you know, I guess for me, I would have been okay with 350. 350 for the Switch 2. A little bit of a price hike cuz the original one was 300. I would have been okay with 350. I would. But 450, I mean, that's literally 50% more. That's insane. Also, apparently the battery life is trash. It's like 2 hours. And it's so crazy because every time I see posts about it on Twitter, you have a wall of people that are like defending this shit. And it's insane. And they'll be like, well, the original Switch had a battery life of 3 hours. It's like, do you think that makes their case look better? Because it doesn't. Like, these are things that should not have been the case in the first place. Like, yes, it's great that there's 4K support. I'm pleasantly surprised about that, frankly. But I'm also like, I don't. That's not that. It's not $450 for me. I always saw Nintendo as like being the accessible console, you know, and like that's why I always got it, was because they were a little less pricey. And now it just feels like whatever. What am I doing? It's the way I don't know what I'm doing. I think I know I was supposed to do shit for the pre-quests for the MSQ, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the freak I'm doing. I'm just doing the quests. I don't know. We'll see what happens. No, I should probably actually like pay attention to what I'm doing. Or else this is gonna take like 300 hours. That part is they had a real chance to make the Switch to a better value than a Steam Deck. Yeah. I mean, genuinely, like, a lot of people dunking on, like, the qualities. I don't think the qualities are like, terrible, you know? Like, I don't think they're bad. I think the mouse version is cool. Like I'm excited about that. Um yeah, I'm excited about a lot of stuff. The chat looks cool. I mean, I'm probably not going to use the chat, but you know, I'm like there's some stuff that's cool on it. One thing I will always respect the Switch for, or Nintendo for, is like their family controls. I know two people are already getting one that are deaf not getting the camera thing. Yeah. No, the camera thing is crazy. Like that's also, it's wild because like that technology was around in the Wii era. Like we've had that. We've had that for such a long time. I will say it's kind of fascinating how they were able to make the Game Boy Color had a camera. Yeah, for real. The microphone, like the way you can like sit away from it is cool. Like it picks you up even when you're far away, and they were doing like the blender in the background. That's kind of cool. Also the GameCube, that's a win. That's a W in my opinion. I know everybody says, "Oh, you can just emulate," but like, but I think it's cool to have it on a, like, for them to bring back old stuff. I mean, I genuinely think it's a net positive that they're having like an authentic way of having them. Even if you can emulate it, options are still good. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a good thing. But the price is pretty wild. It's just not. You don't want to buy a Switch 2 and a Steam Deck for emulating older stuff. It's a good thing for the new Switch to have it, yeah. You know, I'll probably end up getting it at some point. I think I kind of want to see. I'm probably not gonna get it day one. Just being honest. Or day two. But I will probably get it at some point in the near future. Was not expecting it to be 450. I guess I'll probably have to. That's probably like 7 blowjobs on Grinder. I'm not that guy. That's a joke. That's a joke, Twitch. Just so you know. Twitch, don't do it. Don't do it, Twitch. It's a joke. One thing I am kind of sad about is the Joy-Cons that I have, giving Glucks for the big bucks. The Joy-Cons that I have, I guess, are not going to be compatible with the new Switch, huh? That kind of sucks. Because I got 2 pairs of them. And they're expensive. A pair of Joy-Cons are like 80 bucks. No joke. Like, it's great if you just want to do a 2-player game, but a lot of games are like 4 players. That's why I ended up getting them. And now I will not have 4. So that sucks. So you're buying the Switch 2 for $450. You're spending like $20 for Nintendo Switch Online. You're spending at least $80-$90 for one game. And I'm sorry, all these bitches that are saying, "Oh, I can't wait to buy my Switch 2 so I can play Mario Kart World." I'm not buying. I'm sorry, I am not buying this fucking console so I can play a Mario Kart game. I'm not doing that. Will I buy Mario Kart World eventually? Probably. But I'm not buying a whole ass console to play Mario Kart. I'm just not doing that. Now Donkey Kong I'm a little more excited about. But honestly, I'm kind of like yeah, I'm waiting it out. I think. I'm waiting to see what else they bring us. The Bloodborne spin-off? Yeah, too bad it's multiplayer. I'm excited for all the games they're porting over to the Switch 2 though. I mean, we're getting Elden Ring. We're getting Cyberpunk. 2 games that definitely are popular. I was like, they should bring Final Fantasy 14. It's like, imagine you get invaded in that Bloodborne game and some 12-year-old has their little face cam on. For real. I just beat you in Fortnite. I think Fortnite should have the face cam thing. I think that would be hilarious. Just call you slurs. Hey man, take a picture of him. Send it to his parents. You know what? That could be a beautiful thing. That could be a beautiful thing. Be like, alright pussy, turn on that camera. Let's see you. Turns on the camera, it's Troy Sivan. It's like, oh. Get on Discord. I'll never forget that one Twitter exchange where it's like, it's like some guys like, Taylor Swift is ugly, and somebody responds, okay, let's see you, and then it's the guy posts a selfie and he's like objectively very attractive. And it's like, can I make fun of Taylor Swift now? And it's like, damn, I guess yeah. Found a way to make Mario Party even more toxic. Yeah, for real. I will say one thing that they did not mention in the direct that I think is worth saying is that if you have the Nintendo Switch Online, you can play the upgraded versions for free on the Switch 2 of like all of the 4 or 5 games that they announce, which I think is good. I guess you could make an argument about it, but oh yeah, the download play, I thought that was really cool. Especially because there are so many games now like that that I feel like I'm always like, oh, let's play this, and somebody's like, oh, I don't have that. That happens all the time. Let's play Mario Party. Oh, I don't have Mario Party. Damn. My ass keeps going over here. I've always said a lot of people, I know the Nintendo Switch Online is like unpopular, but here's a little life hack, alright? This is how you don't break your bank, alright? And I will say, a lot of the deals that you get with NSO are decent, alright? You get a lot of perks for what it is. You get a lot of like DLC and stuff, a lot of game libraries and stuff, and you don't want to break the bank. Here's what you do. You get 6 or 7 other friends, and you split the cost of a family plan, and you're spending like $10 for the whole year. That's it. $10 for the whole year. It's not bad. You know, it's not nothing, but it's $10, you know. $10. I think it's worth it. Would I spend, you know, $50 a year for NSO? Probably not. But we got the family plan. You make yourself a little Nintendo Switch family, you're good to go. I'm also excited for Hades 2, and you know I'm excited for Deltarune. You know I'm excited. I said on Discord, we will be playing, and that is all we will be playing until we are done.